Hey guys, I really picked the wrong day to record because there's like loud music and there's a church sermon going on, but I'm gonna try and do my best. I also apologize for my voice. I've got a cold, so my voice is really husky. No, I just turned the light on and we brightened up the room. So I was part of an art exhibition that happened in Blantyre last week, actually the week before that. It was on the Friday the week before that, on the 6th of July, which is our Independence Day in Malawi. What happened was that I met someone at Soul Rebel, and this guy, his name is Manota Mbande. He's an art dealer, and so he works with a lot of artists, and he represents a lot of artists, and he asked me if I want to do some art. So I said, yes, why not? And then I ended up doing art for Independence Day, and my idea was to make a teabag collage, which was going to speak of Malawi's independence. And what I decided to do was then use 60 tea bags to speak of each tea bag representing each year of independence, of Malawi's independence since 1964. And so I collected tea bags from my friends, from a friend that I know from Butterfly Space. Her name is Holly. And I went to Mayoka and asked the waiters to keep me some tea bags. They were really nice. They kept me like hibiscus tea bags, so I had like a very colorful artwork. I myself bought tea bags so that my family and I could enjoy. I bought two types of tea bags. I bought chombe tea and rabs tea. My mom later bought rabs tea. They're a bit thicker. They're like really big, and the chombe tea is like really these like tiny little ones. They're quite thin and small. And then before that, though, I was using my green tea. Hold on. Before that, I was using this green tea, Satemwa green tea, because I drink green tea for my health and my diet. And so I had a really fun time collecting tea bags, and the whole community got together, the people that I mentioned, and collected tea bags for me. And so at the end of, I think it was the second week of June or the first, I decided to buy some wood glue and get some cardboard paper, and I stuck it together to make a panoramic canvas. And then I stuck my tea bags onto the cardboard paper and made my artwork. My artwork was inspired by Armen, Rotch, and Anne Laser, who are also artists who do tea bag collages. I had to Google when I was doing my research of tea bag collages. I found them both, and I realized that they're doing something similar to what I'm doing. So Anne Laser uses tea bags to signify the passing of time, and my artwork was called Passing of Time and Running Through Our Blood was my other name for it. It has two names, and that's because a lot of bloodshed was spilled during the fight to independence in Malawi. And so I thought it would be a good thing to say running through our blood, because it speaks of that bloodshed that was spilled. And yeah, I don't know what to say now. Anyway, so I went to Blantyre. I went on the 12th. It was actually, my trip there was like literally, it was like 15 hours, if not, I think 14, maybe 14 to 15 hours. I left at like 7. It was very quick to Nkota and to Dwangwa. Like, it got there in an hour, 2 hours. And then I actually had to stand on the bus, which was really terrible. But I eventually sat down on the floor with a bunch of people, and we were all like cramped up together, and it was just like so terrible. But the bus was full, and it was the only bus that we could be in, because the buses from Nkata Bay bus depot stopped functioning. They said they were all broken down, so we had to take one from Mzuzu. So the bus came from Mzuzu, and it was packed, so we had to stand. And I'm really lucky that I even got onto that bus, because if it had not been for them saying we should stand, we wouldn't have been allowed to board the bus. So yeah, and then I eventually sat down at Liwonde, which is like 9 hours into the drive. 9 hours into it. I sat down, and then the bus broke down. There was no gas, so they had to get petrol at a station in Limbe and then come back. It took about an hour, and so we eventually got to Blantyre, Wenela, the Maiwatu hospital at, I think it was like 9 o'clock, and the bus left at 7, so that's about 14 hours, yeah, altogether. So from then in the morning, I was picked up by my Atila Manota Mpande, and he took me to town and his office, and we also went to the Ryalls hotel to see the other artists. We grabbed some coffee there and we were speaking, and then we went to see Kwaharaba Arts Cafe and restaurant. It's very nice. It's in this like little street that goes down the road. It's like a side street, and then it is literally on the other side of these like buildings that face the Nico buildings and the other bank buildings in town. It's a really nice joint. They have art everywhere, and sometimes they host open mic sessions and poetry evenings, which I'm going to eventually go to one of these days, one of these months when I go there again, because they have it they have it on the last Wednesday of every month. So I will be featuring at one of their art exhibitions. I mean, not art exhibitions, their poetry evenings. Gosh, my god. So I exhibited my art. I mean, before I exhibited my art, I had to buy excuse me, I had to buy cardboard paper so I could put it around my border. My border was white and it was very ugly, and then I stuck it on with my wood glue. I cut it into strips and then stuck it on, and then it was gorgeous. And then it had to stay in the office for a night, and then the next day we took it from the office and took it to the art gallery, and not art gallery, the where the rest of the art was being exhibited, which is actually the hotel, which was acting as an art gallery, so I guess that's accurate. So we were 7 artists. Ellen Gender was one of them. I have a photo with her. Cris Taulo is one of them. There was a guy named Andrew Missy. He didn't actually come, but he was part of the art exhibition. Tapiwe Mlinga. I hope I'm remembering most of them. I didn't meet most of them. I met 2 only. 2, 3. The other 2 guys work together, so they're basically one artist. And then we met the general manager, Farouk, at Ryalls Hotel. He was very nice to us. And then he just, the day that we were exhibiting our artworks, we had to put them on easels, and we were putting them on the display next to the I Heart Ryalls sign. And then he's like, no, I want you to move these. After we finished everything, he's like, no, I want you to move these to be under the light. And then we were like, okay. And then we moved them to under the light, and it was a really nice display under the light, because when the light comes on, then it shines onto the artworks and you can see it very clearly. There was also jazz music playing, there was a band playing, and you will hear a little bit of the music in the snippet that I took of me walking. I didn't really get I got a video, but it's not on my phone. I didn't take my phone with me. I left it with my mom so that she could contact me, and I took my other small phone that I got. So I don't have any footage of the band, but I do have a small sound snippet of them. So that was like so much fun, and I'm really grateful to Manota Mpande for inviting me and for paying for my transport. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to make it. Otherwise I'd have to courier my artwork. How lame is that? um yeah, and I really enjoyed Blantyre. And after that, the Tuesday after that, we went to Cafe Mandala. I have some pictures of of the excursion. We had some coffee, and we were just I went to the library. We were just talking. We went to the library. I bought a book as a souvenir of the whole experience, to commemorate my experience, and I wrote in it like, hold on, let me get you my book. No, let me not get my book, because then I have to walk into the lounge, and I'm not really in the mood to do that right now. Yeah, what else haven't I said? Oh, my poem got published this year, which is also another great thing that I wanted to tell you. My poem named, I forgot the name of it now. If I Ever Saw You There. That's the name of the poem. It got published by Brittle Paper in May, and I'm really glad. I sent it in March, and it only took them about a month and a half to say yes, and we're going to publish this. And it took them about 2 weeks after that to publish it. They published it early. They wanted to delay it, but then they said no, we can publish it, there's no backlog. So my poem got published. I got published this year, yay! And it's my first time, it's the first time that my poetry is being published, so I was really, really happy. So a lot of things are happening for me this year. My first art exhibition as an artist, and my first poetry publishing, whatever. Okay, yeah. I have been in an exhibition before, which is why I say my first, because it was with someone else, and all I did was paint the installation black. So I wasn't really featured. My name wasn't put on to anything, and also the other artwork that I did was not exhibited. And the other time that I made a bag out of cigarette boxes, that was also part of the installation that I did in the same week that it was being made, but I didn't present it as part of the artwork, so that doesn't count. So this really counts as like my first art exhibition, and I'm really happy and I'm really proud of myself. So if you want to be proud of me too, that's great. I'm gonna do a voiceover over the pictures, and then you will see all the things that I was just talking about that I went through in Blantyre, and I'm gonna show you the pictures, and you'll see my artwork. This is me with Ellen Gender. This is my artwork with a really nice filter, and you can see the hibiscus teas. This is my artwork with a bunch of other artworks. This is my artwork with the rationale and the 6 sentences that I had to make. This is me standing next to my artwork. This is the I Love Ryalls sign that I took, and this is another one with the art that I also took. Here is my art again next to two artists. This is me surveying the artworks when they were being displayed. My artwork again, you can see the 60 tea bags. It's laid out in a 5x12 layout. This is me taking a photo by the trees at Cafe Mandala. This is Cafe Mandala, which is also called La Caverna, which is a restaurant and art gallery. I took some photos of vintage typewriters and telephone at the library. This is a vintage typewriter. I thought it was very nice. Another vintage typewriter. And this is them all together. Another vintage typewriter. I think it's actually the same one. And this is me by the books, the only reference books there, and this is me outside the cafe Mandala's art gallery. Right, now that you've seen everything, I'm sure that you will be staying tuned to see more of my art. This is my album art that I made earlier this week. I don't know if you can see. Yeah. Okay, it's like, anyway, so that's my album art that I made like yesterday morning. I think it was yesterday morning. Was it yesterday morning or the day before? The day before. It was the day before in the morning, and it was like I just need like album art, and I need to do it like really quickly. And well, I guess I didn't need to do it that quickly, but I needed to do it like immediately because I had already posted my music on YouTube. So now this is my album art. This here. Yeah. I don't know what more to say. I just love talking into the camera. Anyway, guys, I had so much fun. I'm already starting on 2 new artworks, and I'm still writing poetry, and I'm sending my poetry to different publications, and I hope that they will also decide to publish them. But until then, I am going to share my poems that oh yeah, you know what? If my poems don't get like published, I will totally share them with you. Like I will make like a little video, and I will share my poems that have not been published, that have been rejected over 3 times only. Unless I just don't feel like sharing it and I want it to be like my thing. Like if I don't want it to be published, then I will definitely share it with you first, and then you guys will see it before the publications do, because you are special and you are my dolls and you deserve all the doll treatments, and you know what I mean. Yeah, so thanks for watching. If you like my videos, like and subscribe, and you'll see plenty more of me when I decide to post and when exciting things happen in my life, which is like a lot because I'm like such a fun person. I'm kidding. So like and subscribe, and you can catch me making music, making art, making poetry. Thanks for watching.